Right.
So, right. I guess before we start, could I ask your names?
Sheila.
Sheila,
And Colin
Colin,
Heaton.
Heaton. Heatons have just had to suffer through a service that I've led and have kindly agreed to come and share their story about why they are Methodists or why they're attending this Methodist church. And you'd be happy for me to use it on the district website and to share within Methodism. I wouldn't be.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's fine.
Would you tell me how you ended up in a Methodist church?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I am Methodist and was born in a Methodist family and grandparents Methodists. So I naturally grew up in the Methodist church. But Sheila,
I grew up in the Church of England. My family was very strongly Church of England, a low Church of England. And then when I met Colin, a Methodist, I found that when we were courting, sometimes we went to the Methodist church, sometimes we went to the Church of England, but mostly to the Methodist church, because I found it was more welcoming. And to please my father, we got married in the Church of England, though we really wanted to get married in the Friendly Methodist church, but we did it to please him. And then after marriage, we were, say, 50 miles from my home, and we said, well, we'll try both the local churches, both the Methodist and the Anglican. We found that the Methodist church was so much more welcoming that we decided we would go there. And there we stayed and we brought up our family. They were all baptised in the Methodist church. And then 10 years later, when we moved here,
when we moved into this area.
Yes, we got used to the Methodist church. And again, this was the church where we were found, where we were made most welcome. The minister came to visit us as soon as we moved here. And as soon as we entered here, the warmth of everyone in the congregation to us and our family of 4 children was just something we wanted to stay with. And we've stayed with ever since. But now and again, I do like to go back to the Church of England, to some of the more formal services, and revive the memories that I have of growing up in that situation.
When you were first married and you ended up finding the welcome that you found in the Methodist church, your father was very pleased that you were married in the Anglican church. How did he feel that his grandchildren were being raised in the Methodist church?
He didn't show any disapproval at
No.
all. No, he was very happy, I think, wasn't he? Yes. And although my parents were Anglican, they did attend Methodist churches occasionally and they enjoy their services.
3 minutes or
yes.
5 minutes.
Right.
No, that's I was just
that
curious.
There was
the rivalry back at home in the American South would be between the Methodists and the Baptists. Not a bad rivalry, but if you're playing baseball in the church league, you'd want to beat the Baptists if you were a Methodist.
yes.
Here, it was interesting for me to see how the nonconformist church and the Anglican church related to one another. And a lot of times, like we were talking earlier, it has to do with the personality of that church much more than the denomination. And it's interesting to hear you talk about how you felt welcome.
Yes.
But how
It
you
was
still
the
miss certain
warmth.
things that were in your formative church life.
Yes.
One of the things you might find interesting is that when we moved here, this church was formed from 3 Methodist churches, amalgamating. You know, the declining congregations and so on. Well, 3 churches in there decided to come together. And as a tribute to them, we could not detect which people had come from which of the 3 churches. We thought that was brilliant.
Yes, they were just one. Yes.
I think that's brilliant too.
Yes.
And I think you gave me probably what it is that I would, if I can figure out how to cut it and use it, I'll probably be using. Thank you very much.
Yes.
God bless you.
You're welcome.